They said youth team. They said Penguins Techers is no more. I took a look. I said, alright, you guys go have an episode. Do what you can do. Ratings all time low. Views all time low. Jesus. Subscribers somehow went down. I'm telling you, I'm back. And it won't change. Don't worry about that. Penguins Techers, quickest to a milli. Let's go. Come on.
By the way, how many are you in now?
I think like 500,000, something like that. I'm back! Come on!
I think Scotty too hot, bro.
I'll just say his name again.
What was it? Do I look at the camera when I speak?
No, look at like
whatever.
Look at Jesus.
Yeah.
Or me.
Unless you're addressing the camera.
I'm nervous. Oh, there'll be a lot of addressing.
There we go.
Undressing.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Let's let them shoot. Where culture meets football. Don't matter if your auntie's name is Zainab.
I like that one.
Or Brunhilda. It's the place for her. Today's episode, we've got a couple of Liverpool men. Is Liverpool's dominance over? This is a big one.
He didn't do his entry.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry.
It's your boy MJ. WAGWAN-MJ. Moving to my right. Everybody knows me already. You know this. It's your boy Deny. Government name. Enough said.
Going this way. Pedrolling with a B. Capital One. Future entrepreneur. AKA Jeff Bezos.
We got a new guest.
Woo! It's Olivier Giroud's love child.
Jesus
The podfather of pussy.
Jesus Christ.
Started.
Your mum's a shit cook.
Jesus Christ.
Jerome Dot. Olaf. That's it.
Oh my
started like
God.
that.
Jesus Christ. You know who it is. Fan favorite. Choo Choo J, aka Sea Commander. Let's go.
It's Tom. Like I said last time, I'm the only one here who watches full games. 90 minutes.
He's back.
I'm back! They said youth team. They said Penguins Techers is no more. I took a look. I said, alright, you guys go have an episode. Do what you can do. Ratings all time low. Views all time low.
Jesus.
Subscribers somehow went down. I'm telling you, I'm back. And it won't change. Don't worry about that. Penguins Techers, quickest to a milli. Let's go. Come on.
By the way, how many are you on now?
I think like 500,000, something like that.
Nice.
Man thinks he's John Cena.
I'm back!
Man thinks he's John Cena, man. I look at him and I think Scotty too hot, bro. Alright, before we kick this off, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. At the start, it's Liverpool. They've had a tough season, a turbulent season. So we're just going to have a bit of a discussion. We got a couple of Liverpool fans to my left. I think there's 1.5 Liverpool fans, I'm going to say. One of them
Which way?
watch games.
Which way?
Watch him turn on
Yeah,
each other.
which way?
Watch him turn on each other.
Who's the half?
No. Yeah, we know who the half is.
Liverpool's lost 4 out of the last 5 games. What's going on?
5 at home.
Whoa, repeat that. What was it?
Oh, sorry, did my mic die?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it-
Liverpool's lost 4 out of the last 5 games.
Bud, what was their most recent one?
Well, it's funny you say that. That's why I'm wearing this shirt actually right now. I do believe it was 1-0. Yeah, special.
I don't like that.
I hate this.
That was awkward. This man came up to letemshoottv, did a dance. Like, did you guys practice that?
No, that was just
man.
insane. We just danced all over your fucking.
That's
You
a
danced on your
Chelsea
own
vibe.
arena. I'm
See
not even
Mount
gonna
that day? He even came out with the Goku stuff.
Dragon Ball Z did that. See, I rated that celebration.
Yeah.
Alright, this
I'm a
isn't a
DBZ
Chelsea
fan.
podcast.
Let's talk about Liverpool then.
So yeah, 4 losses in the last 5. Tom, what's going on?
It's
No
simple, man.
scratching, no talking. That's all I'm saying.
It's simple.
Sammy, what's
It's
going
been.
on? Tell me,
Yeah.
Sammy, what's going on?
It's been a tough season, this one. It's been very disjointed. Obviously, we can point to a few things. The first thing being the injuries. 18 centre-back pairings in the league
Hold on, is that
so
a
far.
fact?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longest pairing, a game and a half.
That sounds like a Liverpool problem.
Yeah, it sounds
It
like
is, it is. And
Correct.
we could have played Nat Phillips and Reece Williams from the start
Exactly, thank
and
you.
not taken our two best centre midfielders
You
out
could have done
of the
that at
midfield.
any point. You would have had the same centre back pairing.
But do you really want a 19-year-old and someone who played in the Bundesliga 2 for the last 2 years, your starting centre-back
I
pairing?
don't. I wouldn't.
Well,
But look what we
they're
have
at the
now.
club, aren't they?
They are, but
Exactly.
They signed to play or just do nothing.
Yeah.
Are they registered?
Well, not every player's
Yes.
a starter. No, they-
Well, the DMs are playing centre back. So, what do you want from them?
Look at
Well,
Dyer.
I
He does
can
it perfectly.
who?
Dyer.
Dyer's more of a centre-back than a midfielder,
But he still does both.
but he plays more centre-back. Our midfielders only play midfield.
And so you said,
that's a
"Fuck it,
Liverpool
man.
problem."
We'll just chuck him in our centre back. When I have two centre backs on the bench, we'll just chuck him in."
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah.
Sounds like a Liverpool problem.
Nah.
Of course,
Are we
it's a
saying-
Liverpool
of course
topic.
it is.
Obviously, it's a Liverpool
Are
problem.
we saying your issues are a defensive problem?
Nah, I'm not. Gonna
Not
say that.
entirely,
Do you
no.
know? Do you know what I think our issue
No.
is? We become so predictable.
We're very,
All
very
the teams,
one-dimensional.
all every team has to do is just sit back. We can't play in behind. Then what? We can't break
It's
anyone
done.
down. We don't have the movement to break anyone down. Composure, none of that. Salah, I'll just
Salah
go.
and Mane are at their
I'll
best
just-
when they're running in behind
I'll just
defences.
go hide in the box, try and get on a couple crosses. That's it. That's really it.
Mane.
What's happening
Mane.
in Mane?
What's happening to
Man.
Solomon Kalou?
Don't.
Stop calling him that, please.
Back on it, man.
Gucci
Stop
Mane.
saying it last
week. I'm telling you, he's lost it. He's lost it. There's nothing he can do now. You saw his miss against Chelsea.
Bad one.
That was a howler, bro.
Bad.
Last year, that would have come off his knee, gone top bins. This year, the juju's gone.
As bad as everyone wants to say he is, his performances haven't been that bad. Just because his outputting goals aren't at the level it was and should be, his performances haven't been as bad as you saying he's Solomon Kalou. As bad as you saying he's Juju has worn off.
Oh, yeah.
This guy says Solomon Kalou's bad.
You're saying it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not comparing Solomon Kalou to Mane.
He had a spider on the back of his head. Cut. Just
Tell
someone
me,
else.
with Mane's head, do you reckon he can do that? No.
Not with mine.
Yeah, all his hairs at the back.
Oh my god. This would look good.
I don't know. I feel as though these Liverpool fans are getting off too easy. After last year, I heard we're the best team in the.
Well, say what you got to say
Ever.
then.
Nah,
I heard-
not ever. Best team in the
Thank
world.
you. Allow me, actually.
Oh, he's got notes.
I made a
No,
list
no, you
of.
said you said that the best team.
Samuel was saying,
ever.
who said that?
Samuel
Who said that?
said that.
You're a
He was
liar.
saying
Don't lie.
this
Don't lie
EPL
in front
team,
of
my
everyone.
God, we're the best team.
Don't lie in front of everyone.
Nobody can compete with
You know,
us.
you guys
Tell
know
blah,
that
blah,
this
blah,
list
blah,
is about to be a
blah.
lie.
You tell me I didn't say
It lasted one COVID season.
Tell me I
and
didn't
that's
say
it.
Ready?
Yes.
One season. I made a list right here. Thank you.
Let's
Thank you
let
for
him
bringing it
know.
up.
This
This
is
is all going to be a lie.
People with more consistency and longevity than Liverpool FC
Ah, here
2019.
we
You're
go.
lucky. You're
Ready?
lucky
I
they
made a
don't.
list.
You're
Let's
lucky
let
they
him go,
don't
let's
know
let him
you.
go.
This is a list of people who
shoot
are
back
this
to you.
list. Trinidad James. Designer.
Trinidad James.
Timmer Matty.
Timo March.
Gautier. You know, they sing that song, bud. You know, Gautier.
Okay, this is making sense. This list is making sense.
Hanson and Brock.
Wait.
Todd Carney.
Oh god. That's
I love McConan.
It's going up on a
Block Boy
Tuesday.
JB. Romario in his time at Adelaide United.
He was 40 something.
US President William Henry Harrison, who was president for 31 days.
This
guy doing actual
research.
And Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I just want to say,
Oh my god.
on
Took
Friday,
time to find that.
on Friday, Jeremy messaged me. He's like, "Hey, bro, can you give me a list of all artists who were one-hit wonders?" And three
not
quarters
even
of them
your
in there. Yo,
Listen, man.
This guy's prepared.
More consistency than Liverpool have shown. They were at the top for longer than Liverpool.
It's just not true, is it?
It's true.
We've been consistent
You're
for
at the
now
top
three,
for one
3 or
year.
4 years.
You won the league once. It was COVID. Dudes were
Yeah,
sick.
they should put an
It was
asterisk
COVID,
next to
that's
that.
why we won the
Asterisks.
league.
Bang
No.
bang.
Is that why?
Asterisks. But
Is that why?
as soon as everyone's back,
Yeah, everyone's sick, man.
my God,
Klopp comes in, Europa League final.
abomination.
Next year, Champions League final. Another Champions League final, then the league.
All right, Jerome, what are your
Then we're
thoughts
done.
on the consistency?
We're
That's
done.
4 years.
Why are we done?
What
Is
do you
Europa
think?
League final mad?
Why are we done?
It's
Is that mad?
When
Wait,
Klopp comes in,
excuse me.
I think Jerome's gonna land. Let's
I
go.
fucking flew here. Let me talk.
he's addressing the thing.
I'm going to cut Liverpool some slack. So what was the question again? Because I've got a broad statement.
So,
but I want to
based
answer the question.
on Liverpool's
He said he
consistency, what are your thoughts? Have they been inconsistent? Has
They've,
their run
they've
been-
obviously been inconsistent. It's obviously not the same Liverpool that we're used to watching. But I'm relaxing. Because I know for a fact,
Thank you.
that next season they're going to come back like some crazy... Can we swear on this?
Okay.
Some crazy guys.
Yeah, good.
Let me tell you why, right?
It is dependent on a few things.
It's this simple. This year, Klopp has probably realised, okay, that people have figured us out. People have, they've clocked what we're doing, and obviously the injuries. I know it sounds like a broken record player, but they've had big time injuries, man. Like their spine was completely gone, especially from the middle to the back. And then Allison was out for a bit, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
I looked at the injuries. There was a lot. Like I wanted to see them all. It was like a graph. Put all those players back together. They're gonna sign players. Tsimikas, Kabak. Who else did you get?
Thiago.
Ben Davies.
Ben
Ben
Davies,
Davies.
Jota.
They're all
Thiago.
plugging holes. Wait till summer comes. They're gonna they are going to replace one of those forward three. I don't know who, and they're going to be a really, really good footballer. I don't know who it is, but there's a few options. And if I'm a big time player in Europe and Liverpool come knocking, and I get to play at Anfield and Champions League,
Do you think
hopefully,
that's
Hopefully.
Do you think
Hopefully.
that's dependent on getting into the top four and getting into the Champions League?
man,
No,
I don't think there's
I don't
that much
think at the
stock in
moment.
it.
You think we got that pull?
I think you got that pull.
Yes,
Without
I
making
think your
Champions League?
your 3 year run of dominance here, you've got the pull.
a footballer's not going to join thinking, "Oh, I'm going to play for 1 year." Like you might, because no Champions League, then you can focus on the Prem. There might be a chance to win the Prem, and
Yeah.
then if you're back in the top four, bang, Champions League next year. Fucking patience.
Do we
Is one, of
think?
their,
Yeah, you go.
is one of their problems not, though, that their playing style is just
Yeah.
become
Yes,
redundant?
that's
100%.
that's a literally.
Which has
So what-
nothing to
that's-
do with
that's
who's
my
inside.
biggest
And you're
problem.
seeing teams that are 20th to 16th now set up in a way that can nullify any attacking
Yeah.
threat that Liverpool have.
That's
What
what
do you
I.
guys think? Okay, Thiago comes into that midfield, yeah?
And
He is a completely different player
Yeah.
to the other three.
He
Is Klopp
is.
transitioning to a more
But-
ball-playing midfield?
I don't think so, no.
I don't think so.
How do you buy Thiago playing that team?
Thiago would help. What the problem is right now? That
I don't
should
know.
help.
The thing
Thiago
is-
can do what Genie does.
Definitely.
100%
He holds
he
onto
can.
the ball too long.
No,
Good
I don't
style of
think-
play.
Bruv.
I think
But
that.
he's a baller. I'm saying Correct. he likes to play 1-2 touch, keep the ball, keep possession. Genie, them man are direct. They want to go on the
They
ball,
wanna go straight
shoot
up.
forward
Yeah, but
straight
You do
away.
know Genie's leaving. He's gone.
He's
All
gone.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
he's
is
gone.
Where's he going?
the way teams are defending now, it does not matter that he takes touches and holds
I
onto
know.
the ball because they're defending deep. So we can't attack quickly. We can't go forward quickly. We can't get in behind quickly because the teams are just sitting on the edge of their
What
box.
about so Thiago slots in there, right? But you then have Henderson, you have Genie, and who else you play in the midfield?
I don't think
Fabinho.
Fabinho, right? They're more direct, go forward, 1-2 touch. We're gonna get him behind, put it into
But we
them
can't
three
do
up.
that
Yeah, but you're
right
seeing
You can't
Thiago
do that,
play
right?
against teams who are playing in a low block.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so are you going to transition to have more players like Thiago in the midfield, while you're still going to keep Henderson the greatest
Well, the
Liverpool
thing
captain
is,
at all time?
What he
and
can
you're
do,
gonna keep-
and what we've seen him do,
work.
what we've seen him do previously is play 4-2-3-1 with
Yeah.
a 10. So do we now sacrifice Firmino, maybe play him 10, and then play with two DMs?
Sacrifice.
Wait,
Did
and
you
then
say
buy
you
a new
play?
9?
You play with the 10.
No, I'm saying we could do that.
And we have
yeah,
when
yeah,
Jota
yeah.
was healthy.
So is that something we do going forward? Do we drop Firmino back, play a new formation and play him 10, buy a 9?
Sell Firmino.
You guys, I think
agree.
you guys are reading too much into the tactics.
I don't think so.
I think that
I
man,
think it's a massive part.
there's been low blocks for years.
Yeah, I know
Find
there's
a
no
way
blocks.
around it.
Yeah, we
They
can't.
can't.
Our
We
staff
can't.
and our players.
We don't have the
cannot play
players.
it.
Change
You
the
what-
style.
But do you
That's
guys
what we're
think?
saying. That's
do you
the
guys think
problem.
you've had enough? Do you create enough chances? And
No,
No,
not
we
recently.
don't. That's why we
Not
can't
this
create
season,
chances.
no.
If you watch City, they're moving the ball quick. They're getting cutbacks, and or they score early. If we score early, then the teams have to come out. The one game we played well against Tottenham is because we scored. They had to come out in the second half, and then we obliterated
I
them
think
on the
though, in
counter.
order for you to change your style, it requires you maybe signing 6 players, like 5 players. Trent is not going to play in a team where they are trying to break down the fucking lineup. Henderson cannot play in a midfield where they have to play through the lines. Genie's not going to be there. Salah is never going to get on the ball because he's already in the box. So that's 3-4 players that you would have to get changed, change completely.
It can happen, bro. Coaches.
But are they going to do that?
And the thing is,
Klopp.
yeah, like we're not going to cap and be like last season when we were winning every game. We were playing nice because we weren't, and we said
weren't.
that we were winning games 2-1, 1-0, whatever away from home just because we were winning. We were scoring goals. We had like an aura, and especially having fans in the stadium was a big help.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You've seen that with
you don't
Sheffield
think
as well
that
this year.
us losing 5 games at home in a row doesn't coincide in us having no fans in the stadium?
But do you guys think that the fact that Mane isn't in form, Firmino not playing well, that has a big impact in terms of the results you're getting?
Massively.
Playing
We're
style,
all good.
Playing style, would you say that you guys are fundamentally different to last year? Playing style.
Playing
Or do
style
you think
is
it's
the same.
more
I think the
you're
playing
not
style's the
scoring
same.
goals?
Playing style is the
I think
same. We're
it's
just
the
not
same.
adapting to what the teams are doing.
'Cause I think teams
We
are
know what
approaching
teams
guys
are
the
gonna
same
do.
way.
I
No,
don't think it's the same.
I think teams last year thought because our midfield, like these players aren't technically gifted like crazy, they could press us, win the ball back up high. But really, all we had to do was ball over the top, ball in behind, isolate Salah, isolate Mane, goals. But now they don't have that
What
final.
we did was get it to our
cutting
fullbacks
edge.
and completely miss the midfield. Play it over the top or down the line to Salah and Mane.
But even so, it's simple. Like, you're not going to ship as many goals if you've got your full defence there.
It's true,
So
yeah.
then the games change. And then we might not be even
Definitely.
saying, like, oh, we need to change our style because you could be keeping clean sheets.
And we used to start a hell of a lot higher up the pitch with Van Dijk
Yeah,
bringing the
oh
ball
my
out as well.
God.
So our
Exactly.
attack starts 20 metres higher than it does at the
Yeah.
The
moment.
teams know, yes, they put a low block on, but they know that your defence is shaky. So it's a whole different game.
And we
It's
had
a whole different
we
game.
had 2 of the fastest centre backs in the world playing centre back. So obviously
Facts.
that's so different to now with Phillips and Kabak.
And when you often have both
Question.
your fullbacks pushed up.
Keep going.
I'm just saying, when you often have both your fullbacks pushed up,
Yeah, you need that.
those fast centre backs to cover,
Yeah.
Do you reckon you guys need to replace Trent?
not replace him.
I think Trent's. I know we talk about Trent a lot here, but I still feel like I think he's played that many games. Like he's burnt out. Half the problem with Liverpool, I think all their players are just burnt out.
That's the same
Can't-
starting 11 for
3
3
seasons.
years.
You can't go play all them games. You got 38 EPL games. You got Champions League, which is like 12 to
And
16
then-
games, whatever. You got League Cup. You got FA Cup.
Can
You've
you
got
be
Club
burnt
Cup.
out?
You've got English.
Yeah,
You've
of
got England
course.
Do you reckon you can be
International.
When you
burnt
play
out?
50 games a
I
year,
think they're all
When you
burnt
play
out.
like Liverpool do,
Yeah.
Maybe
you're
the
burnt
style we play, that's why
I
they're
think you're all
burnt out.
burnt out. He plays for
No.
England.
Yeah.
He does all this madness. Everyone's talking to me like, oh, he's out of form, out of this. I'm like, he may not just be out of form. He just may be just tired. Like his body's run down.
Can I add to
I
that?
think he plays the same way.
I
Yeah.
think that Trent's been this exact same footballer, but the difference now
I completely
is
agree.
Liverpool's
Me too, I
losing
agree.
games,
I completely
and people
agree.
are starting to figure out that yo, this guy actually just crosses to nobody.
This guy,
Yeah.
no, I don't think
I'm
he's a
not a
scapegoat.
scapegoat.
What was that
You
game?
think he's a scapegoat?
How many
No,
crosses
I'm
did he
asking.
have?
I
The whole
personally,
game.
Like,
I think he.
There
I
was
don't
one
think
game
he's a
where I think
scapegoat.
you had 13 incomplete crosses.
There was
No,
one
there's
game
one-
where he lost the ball more than any player's ever lost the ball in Premier League history.
There was another one. It was like I think it was like
And you play right
30.
back. Like, why?
I personally
You're
don't think.
facing the whole field
Yeah.
at all times.
Yeah,
How
but-
are you losing the ball every single
Yeah.
time you get it? You're facing the whole field. Your back's on the side.
But that's where I wonder, has he been asked to do that, or is
think
that
he
his
I
game?
definitely think
It's
that.
tactical.
Obviously, him and Robbo have more license than any other fullbacks
But
in the
can you
world to
criticise
lose the
Trent when he loses the ball that much when it's his job to try
ball.
and play
I
that
think
pass every single
criticising
time?
him for the amount he loses it, not
Yes.
for not. It's like
Because Trent's not signed
Obviously-
to defend. You know, Trent's not. He's not. He defensively,
average.
he's very, very
Oh,
average.
like,
He's not
his
signed to
positioning
defend.
is not good
Yeah,
at all.
It's not good.
James.
He's not particularly fast. He's not a particularly good
I'm with
defender. His positioning is awful. He's not good in the air. I mean,
Wasn't he a centre midfielder in the youth squad?
He was.
He was, yeah.
At like
If you play him
18.
CDM, I don't know. Does that
No,
do
No, I'm
he
not
can't.
playing
Hell
CDM.
no.
It
Doesn't matter.
This guy's not winning you the ball
If
back.
you're losing the ball
He's
right
lo-
back, you cannot play CDM.
Yeah.
Hell no.
You can see the whole
Do you
field
want to
at
tell you what
right
the real
back.
problem with Trent is? He's a sook. Seen his face? I'm serious.
He's got that Morty face.
He's just got that
He
face.
does
It's
look
just
like
like
Morty.
you are a brat as a child.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry, Trent, if you watch this, but
I think he does.
probably does.
He
and
messaged
to
me and
his
said,
parents as well,
Yeah.
the Alexander Arnolds.
"Yeah,
But
Shout out
he's a
to Trent.
sook. He needs to.
shout out you, man."
Am I lying by saying he needs
Nah,
to fuck?
he looks a bit
Bunnings
whingy.
and field out?
I reckon Klopp just needs to be like, yo, stop
likes
losing
it.
the ball
No,
so
Klopp
much.
likes
No, he loves him.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
Because if he's
Watch
been
the
doing
game.
this, if he's been doing the same thing for years and nothing's changed, he hasn't been told to adjust his style of
But
play.
it's so
You can
evident.
tell
Yeah.
he loves.
If you have the audacity
so
to cross
obvious.
from halfway, you know you have the
every
manager
game, let me
back
ask you
you.
this question.
The manager backs what you're doing if you're crossing from
Yeah,
halfway.
let me ask you this. Hey, you say like he loses the game, or he loses the ball, sorry, all the time, right? Maybe that's instruction coming from Klopp, and you say Klopp loves him, right?
Yeah.
We talk about
Obviously,
Bruno
instruction's
and
not
Man
to lose the
United,
ball,
right? He
though,
loses
you
the
don't
ball all
deny.
the time,
Yeah.
but his
I
Ollie
completely
obviously says that's your instruction
Yeah.
to play. So
I
are we
completely agree.
faulting him for something that he's actually meant to be doing?
He's not meant to lose the
You're
ball.
not meant to
But
lose the
he's
ball. Though.
given-
He has
That's
more
what-
license. Yeah, that's what
That's
I
what I
was
was
saying.
saying before.
I'm criticizing him for how much he loses the ball, not for the decisions he's making so much.
Yeah, but isn't that
I think his decision making.
Part.
Yeah.
No, the
Part-
decision.
part.
Yeah, but make the decisions and make the pass
Yeah.
instead of
and also teams are
missing it.
defending us a lot deeper. So those whipped balls that he was
cannot
playing in
even
behind
happen, yeah.
I've
behind
got
the
a
defense,
question
they're
for
not
you
there
two.
anymore.
I got a question for you two. I watch Liverpool every now and then. Like, I watch them when they play against us, and I watch them when it's on a reasonable time. So I can't sit here and say that I watch every Liverpool game, but I watch maybe 1 in 3 or whatever. Does it make sense that Trent doesn't look as great because of the simple fact of what we were talking about before, that he doesn't know he's got one of the best centre back pairings in a long time for Liverpool?
Well, he
There.
was extremely safe.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
always,
Mm.
when we conceded, it always came from that side.
Yeah.
It was
He's
always,
always
down
been
that side.
exposed.
Yeah.
Defensively,
But lucky
But
he has the
more
world's
now-
fastest centre back, Joe Gomez, next to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, because back then...
But not even that as well. Like, continue. So.
Does that make sense what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, but I was
yeah,
going to say
definitely.
to add like Henderson and Fabinho in midfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Fairly
Henderson,
defensive
yeah,
minded.
Henderson was
Henderson
tucking
just
on that
covered.
side
Yeah.
when
all
he
the
went
time.
up
So
100%.
which makes me think that he's even worse of a player because
So you're saying he's getting exposed when he doesn't have
he
the better
gets
players around
exposed when
him?
he doesn't, and the only reason he doesn't normally is because there's 2 DMs and 2 fast centre backs
which has
playing
made
next to
his
him.
job easier than it
Yeah,
should be.
and all he had
I
to do was
completely
worry
agree.
about going
I'm
forward.
telling you, let me whip in 50 crosses a game.
If any other fullback
I'm getting
in the,
12
in the
assists
Premier League
easily.
whips in as many crosses as Trent, I guarantee their assist numbers will be 8 to 10.
Except for
Are you
one
guys-
Bissaka.
Are we saying then
Actually,
that
yeah.
Trent is not a true right back?
They had
We've
the
obviously
same stat.
identified that like he used to play CDM or play centre midfield as a youth.
I think he just
squad.
sucks as a right
So
back.
he's not a right back. So let's
Deny
say
it, man.
now.
Oh, yeah, bring
I'm
that
trying to find a way to. Is he a right winger? What is he? Like,
He's
what
not a
is
right
he?
winger.
He
He's
can't
not
be
quick
right
enough.
So he's
or-
not a right
or
back. He's not a right
creative.
winger.
He can't-
What
he
are we
can't go
saying is
one-on-one.
best?
I think he is a right back, but he is a very inefficient right back.
He is.
You know someone who's like, everyone would agree, isn't great on the ball as a fullback, Wan-Bissaka. Him and Trent have the same assist to cross ratio.
Really?
Yeah,
which
they
is
do.
like
I think it's an
insane.
assist every 11 to 12 crosses.
That's crazy.
But you know what it is? I think Trent went on a run.
Wan-Bissaka.
Trent went on a run, and he was just doing an absolute madness.
Well,
And
it
that's
worked
what
for
he's
2
got-
years.
that's
He got
what he's lived
the
on.
assist
Is it-
record
is
for
it a-
defenders.
is
Yeah, that's.
it a
I think
madness?
that's what we're holding him to that standard.
Because
that's the
I
bottom
think
line.
the only
Yeah.
people that are gassing are the people. Nah, that's wrong. Don't worry.
Who
He's in-
here I would
he's in
say
World
they're the
11,
most
bro.
tactically sound out of everyone in this room? Be honest, because I got a question for them.
technically sound.
Tactically sound.
Oh,
like,
tactically.
I feel like it's Tom.
I
Tom or
don't-
Jeremy.
Yeah.
I got a
I'm
question for
definitely
you.
taking
Then.
that.
We're all pretty good. Put it to the group.
Okay, I'll put it to the group.
I definitely think I
First question: have we ever seen Trent play as a wing back with a back three?
I haven't.
No, we haven't.
No.
England.
We. Oh, maybe for England.
England.
Does he
England.
play for England?
But he's not the
When-
starting.
when-
He's not the
when-
starting
when-
choice. for
When
England.
Southgate was playing, what was he playing? He was playing 3 at the back after the World Cup. After
Mm.
with Walker. After the
With
World
Walker
Cup.
was playing centre back.
Walker was playing right
Would,
centre
would
back.
he,
He was playing
would he
back.
suit playing with a back three?
I
Does
think
it
he
give him
would be-
more?
he would.
Definitely,
Yes.
he wouldn't be.
That's his
He wouldn't
position.
get caught out so much,
And he wouldn't be as tested
and balls
defensively.
over the top would not be so damaging. Like now, he's always getting out of position. The ball's always going over his head.
Because I look at us for an example, right? Because I watch us the most.
Yeah,
obviously.
this is a good example.
Who are you, Chelsea?
I'm a Chelsea fan. We've got players like Hudson Odoi and Marcus Alonso playing at wing back, and you know I think Trent, especially more than Hudson Odoi, might be better defensively. But that I say that to say that that's how much freedom you have as a wing back.
And they look good.
I completely
They look
agree.
good.
But the system, I think, a 5 in the back, like with wing backs,
You can't play with
ma-
Liverpool's wingers.
you won't obviously, unless you're playing.
Will
Yeah.
it that?
It was
play
just it was
narrow.
more of a hypothetical.
Salah already goes
But I was
narrow.
gonna say to
Mane
you,
already
like-
goes narrow.
I think
Yeah.
any defender looks a lot better in a 5.
Definitely.
Look at Doherty as well.
Yeah.
He's getting exposed at Spurs in a 4. And he looked awesome
Yeah,
at
Victor
Wolves.
Moses was like the best fullback
that
wing
season.
back in
Him
the
and
season.
Alonso, bro.
Yeah.
If Liverpool go to back five,
Alonso looks so much better at
I don't
wing back.
think they would go to
if
a
they
back
do
five.
back
He won't
five,
sacrifice a midfielder for
No way.
Trent needs to do more
For a
passing
defender.
drills, I reckon, on his own, like after training. Nah, I'm being dead serious, man. This guy and crossing, he needs. You know that shit on FIFA? How you
The
can,
drill,
like,
yeah,
he needs to do that one where you
The
lob
one
it
in the
into
barrel.
You get like 1,000 points.
Man reverted to FIFA.
I got a question for you guys. What is the single biggest reason for Liverpool's demise this season? Was it Virgil getting injured, Mane just being
I think-
not Mane, or was it Jota's injury? Did that kickstart it?
It's the board. It's the board.
No,
do we
I
say?
don't think it is.
I'll say it from
think-
day one.
I'm going to say it's injuries. I'm going to say
I think it's
having
injuries.
Hendo missing out on so many games, and I'm not saying Hendo's an amazing player, but having a captain and like your leaders, Van Dijk out for the whole season. He's literally the leader. He keeps that back four in shape, in check the whole game. So I mean, not having those players, obviously the team's going to be out of order.
I agree, but it's safe.
No, I think that's a
But
cop
is that
out.
just not?
I think that's a
around.
cop
Why is that a
out.
cop out?
I
That's
agree
the
with
actual-
Liverpool. I think it's a cop out because it's the board. You can't just say one person. There's 11 players on the pitch. If your captain goes out, you've got to be able to replace them and keep
You're right,
going.
we
Your
don't have a deep squad at all.
We
Your
don't have deep
structure is
squad.
peak.
But our-
your board has not gone out and
When you're bringing
addressed the
on
problems.
Milner, Shaqiri, Origi,
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain,
I personally think
fraud.
I personally think that your bench,
got an Arsenal jersey.
Your
as well.
bench,
Sleeps in his
right?
Ox jersey.
I personally think that your bench is full of starters. Them players should all be
For who?
starting in another club.
Yeah.
They all should be
mid-
starting
for
in another club.
mid-tables
You don't
club.
have
For
players
mid-table
like I reckon
club.
in the team you need players that sacrifice their ego. They're willing to come off the bench and contribute off the bench.
I think
You have
that's our whole
Oxlade-Chamberlain
team, bro.
who thinks he should be playing for England and starting. You have Shaqiri who thinks he should be playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying
the
like
thing
these
is-
players aren't. They don't contribute off the bench. Like they don't make an impact off the bench. So you need players
thing is-
that will do that.
But
We've missed double the amount of games
yeah.
than
the second.
the second place
Okay,
team
cool.
with
If
injuries.
the same
Leicester.
team comes back next year with the same squad, you guys aren't winning the league.
Why? We won the league with the same
Exactly.
squad.
No, but everyone's figured you out now. That's what I'm trying
That's
to tell
what you guys were saying, wasn't
I'm
it?
saying
And
that's
Werner.
that's a big deal to us not performing.
We'll
but
still
I think
compete for the league for the next 2
Yeah.
or 3
Yeah,
years.
But you
for sure.
compete, but you're not going
Burner
to
Magic.
Okay.
So you guys think? Sorry, go.
No.
go.
It's a few things, obviously. Mane's at the bottom of that list, though. He's
Definitely.
the least of their worries.
Definitely.
Definitely,
Right.
I completely.
No. Trust me. Denai's right. Who did you buy in the summer? It was one player, wasn't it?
Jota.
Jota and Thiago.
Jota
It's not
and
bad.
Thiago.
It's not
That's a
bad.
good
It's
window.
not,
It's
it's
a
not
good
bad. It's not bad, but you needed. That's the thing. You guys went on a run with such good fitness in terms of
Health,
injuries.
yeah, definitely.
That I think it's slipped past everyone. That hold on, what does happen if one day everyone just starts?
Definitely.
You're right.
And it's what people
And-
said.
But
You win the Champions League and you
injuries.
don't sign anyone.
bro, I know
and then
everyone
you win
has
the league
injuries.
and you sign
City
players.
this
you sign
year
Jota, who's not
alone
really going to
have
start.
had so many injuries
I know, bro,
as well.
when it's the best centre-back in
still
the world.
Laporte injured. Aguero
Yeah, I know,
injured
but
for the first
They were
half
smart.
of the
They
season.
they have to
KDB
replace.
But look at their
injured.
squad as well.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying.
that's exactly what I'm
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. Is it's
Yeah.
the
So,
board's fault.
like,
Yeah.
Saying injuries, yes, obviously that's a factor, but the squad with this much money should be able to cope with injuries to any player that
yeah,
gets
but
injured. They
City-
should be able to cope because City have to, nobody says anything about City when they're injured. It's
But
just
we're not
City
spending money
didn't-
without
didn't
making
have
money.
both
Yeah.
centre backs.
Because that's why our
Liverpool
net-
aren't spending money without making
That's
money.
why our net
As much-
spend is so
yeah,
small.
as much as we want to say, just go sign it, you got money, they're not.
You signed Thiago for 20 mil. You can sign
We
players
paid
obviously
we paid
for
5 up front for Thiago. And
That's
we're
what
paying
I'm
the
saying.
rest
Thiago's
for the
above.
next
You've
5
signed
years.
players,
What'd you
good
say?
players for 20 mil.
20 mil's
So
above.
obviously you
Oh,
don't
I
need
thought you
50
said
mil,
he's above.
60 mil to buy players.
Bud,
Yeah,
what are your
but you're
thoughts?
doing the.
Let's go, Bud.
You gotta take into account that the injuries were so close to each other. Like, when was Van Dijk's?
Around 3 or 4.
And then
Yeah.
Hendo was like
Yeah.
not so long after, and Joe Gomez.
So was in the international break straight
literally,
after.
like, that was like
And
probably
Salah
a
had
2-month
corona.
2-month period.
Thiago got
Everyone's
injured
out.
in the second
You don't
game.
expect that in football.
Thiago
to,
got
like,
injured in the
have
same
that
game
many-
against Everton as
Yeah.
well.
But are you relying on the same players? Like this is my whole
Yeah,
point.
we
is
are.
that
course,
We are.
of
100%.
course.
you
Yeah.
guys, okay, your squad, right? Let's see the bench. You've got Origi, you've got Naby Keita, you've got Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Milner.
Let's say
Shaqiri.
Milner, you've got Thiago. Let's say he's not starting in based on last season, right? But those are 5 players that could start at any other team in the Premier.
Keita.
Not all
Keita,
teams,
I don't
obviously.
agree.
Keita,
Not
but he's
all
been
teams,
injured.
but they
Yeah, he can
technically should be starting footballers.
I don't think
deny
Origi is.
Right?
I
So
agree.
why aren't
Origi's
they?
not.
so if
Shaqiri's
you're-
not.
Shaqiri's
Milner's not.
Are you
Milner's not. I think
Milner does a
Naby
job. Like,
Keita
he play-
definitely.
Yeah, but
he
you don't want
can
him
play in the
starting.
Prem. They can all play for other teams in the
Yeah,
Prem.
but
Lower
so
down
can-
the ladder, obviously.
So can everyone on the bench for a big team.
Yeah.
So what I'm
I
saying
agree.
is, why aren't those players being able to slot in and cover your injuries? Because I'm looking at Leicester,
Oh, I
yeah.
agree.
But they're not
I'm looking
the
at
same
Leicester.
quality.
Them man there had injuries. Them other man are coming in doing a business. They're still third.
But can you replace?
You're talking about midfielders though,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
one attacker.
Like, how do you
Maybe
replace
two.
Virgil?
Virgil van Dijk.
How do you
saying.
replace
Can't.
someone
How do
who's
you
that
forecast
present?
that?
That's been our
let's
most
go back to
influential player.
let's go back to this whole thing, right? Everyone used to talk about Liverpool and it's system. It's Klopp's system. We all said that. What's it
That's
called?
true. That's a
We
fair
all said
point, yeah.
Genie. We all said Henderson. They aren't that dope footballers.
Well done, man.
Footballer-wise, my
That's a
guy.
good
point, yeah.
My guy. They said they weren't dope footballers, isn't it? But we said it's a system.
Who,
thing.
Genie? You
It's
reckon
true. No,
Genie's
no,
the
we
best?
said that based on the system. Like,
So
if you
you're
look at
saying that this is my take on it, and then I'll come back to your point. When you win the league and the Champions League back to back, basically,
Yeah, not the same
Back to
season.
not the
back to
same
back.
season, but back to back.
Yeah, even though they make
I'm
it seem
playing
like it
those
is.
players. Screw the system, all that. Man, these guys work.
Exactly.
Right.
What I'm saying is the system, but we all talked about how Klopp has his system and he's been able to transition Liverpool into this team that's a high
true.
pressing team, got
definitely
mad
a good
work rate.
point, yeah.
It's a system, and he has cogs in the chain we can plug in. The system
And the players that were playing in those roles were never the
Amazing.
best players.
But that's the thing,
when they
guys.
signed Robson, he wasn't mad.
They
but
didn't
in
have
the system.
They didn't have to plug many holes in those seasons.
That's
like,
what I'm trying
they
to
were
tell you.
all fit.
But he was
So
saying
it wasn't. People said it's a system, but we never really saw them struggle and be like,
I think
right, you
that's
have
the
to.
nice point.
That's my point exactly. So now that you've gone and signed these other players that technically should be starters at other clubs or should be coming in, they should be able to plug in and continue this
In,
so-called system.
in a team that's so system based, he's saying any player that
Should
they
be-
have in the
it's
squad
definite-
should
that's
be able
true.
to come
It's
in
true.
and do the job of whoever they've
system.
replaced.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the player's
But-
fault. It's not injuries. It's the board's fault.
bro,
You
To an
guys-
extent,
you
obviously
guys
not
are
going to
doing
do
a
as good as
business.
Van
You
Dijk.
can't
Absolutely
expect
not.
every
But
player
what-
to come
what
in and do the
teams
same
That's
can
why
do
job.
I don't really agree because
Then
it's
you
like
could-
the players that they've lost. How do you how would you
I think
replace them?
you play centre midfielders at centre midfield. You don't put them centre back.
Definitely.
When
Yeah,
lose
you may
the
get
line,
younger
it just-
players.
But how many teams?
Yeah, but think about
First.
putting a 19-year-old at centre back and a dude that's played
Joe
in the
Gomez was
second
playing
league.
for Liverpool at 19.
Fafana comes in from
Yeah, but
Fafana comes in
he's
from
not
France
starting.
and just does a business at Leicester.
Varane Trent.
How old is
19.
Varane?
Less
Yeah.
expectations at
less
Leicester.
expectations.
No, but I'm saying
Curtis
is
Jones.
why is
20.
Doesn't start every game.
He starts a lot of games.
Nah, honestly,
Now, because our centre midfielders are playing centre
But
back.
he can play. He's playing. You've chosen to
can
play
play.
centre
Anyone
mid.
can
he's a
play.
good
Well,
player.
you've
he can
chosen to
play.
play your centre midfielders at centre back and then put a 19-year-old in midfield instead of playing a 19-year-old
Well,
at
he's
centre back.
definitely a
And
better-
because he's
it's
obviously
definitely
better
keeping
than
your
the
mid-
centre backs are.
Your
centre
centre
backs.
we
backs
haven't
are
seen
centre
that.
backs. Play them
But
at
they're
centre
shit
backs.
centre backs. I'd rather have
that's a
Fabinho at
Liverpool
centre back
problem.
than play one of these shit
So
young
then you
players at
can't
centre
say,
back.
oh,
Reece Williams was playing non-league
No,
last
you
year.
can't
Yes,
because
you
you have
can.
players. You build a squad for a reason. You don't get to play your centre mids at centre back and say that's the reason we're not doing good. Of
course you
we
can.
have to
Of course
take
you can because our centre
What?
backs got
You
injured.
said you have to take our centre mids to put them at centre back when you have centre backs on your bench, and then you say, "Oh, we don't have our midfield because they're playing centre back." But you have bench centre backs sitting on the bench.
So you want a 19-year-old who played non-league the year before to start for Liverpool?
He
in the
starts
Prem?
Liverpool.
Jeremy.
Play him at centre back.
Jeremy,
let's go deny.
we
Let's go
did the
deny.
same thing. We had when we signed. I know our defense has been peak at Arsenal, but we signed centre backs. Rob Holding, Callum Chambers. We played them in their position. But why don't you
What teams
allow them
have
to
their
play?
three
Finish
starting
seven.
backs
No, but
injured?
why don't
You're
you
seven.
Wait, let me
Exactly.
land.
So then, what are you chatting about? Saying
Let me
you
land.
want us to play them there?
Let me
We're
land. Let me
already
land.
there.
Let me land.
Jeremy.
Let me land. All right. I have a bit of empathy towards Liverpool because, in my perspective, if a team they're title winners, they won Champions League, there's way more pressure to be a young centre back to play centre back than, for example, at Arsenal bringing in younger centre backs who don't have that pressure to win every game.
Arsenal suck.
I'm
Things
sorry.
like
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I think there's a difference.
You're playing.
Especially for
I'm
So
sorry. I'm
Barcelona
sorry.
playing 19-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds.
No pressure.
There's no pressure for them.
I'm sorry. I can't land. I can't let that
They're
land
the best-
because
that's one of the
you're
best.
going to pay X
Yeah.
amount of money.
Culture, isn't it?
Plays a different quality though.
What? Your players weren't mad. That's what we're saying. It's system.
system.
Robbo, you signed him from Hull. He wasn't a world-class left back, and he
Yeah,
started.
I know.
Trent was
He's flourished
19.
in the
You
system.
still don't think he's good. He plays
Yeah, but
every
didn't
game.
Klopp have time
Yeah,
to sort
wasn't there like
Yeah.
a time
Those are
period?
the
Exactly.
periods.
Moreno
Moreno
was just
didn't
play
while
centre back
Robbo
and
was
play
there.
good.
Yeah.
Robert
Trent-
didn't start-
You guys
Trent
didn't
played-
give these
he
people
played-
a-
played.
like
Him and Joe
chance
Gomez
to
kept
play.
sloppy.
He came into two 19-year-olds.
Yeah, no, I know. They
Yeah, so
had
why
Klein,
can't
but Klein was
why
injured
can't
for the
you
whole
do that
season.
now? You get
We had a
you got
right
two
back.
young centre backs, yeah?
We did have a right
Give
back.
him the
System
opportunity to
takes time
play.
to get used
I
to.
get you now.
Give him the
Just
opportunity
people
to
like-
play.
You're
I get you.
waiting
Exactly.
6 months before he starts.
Before he started starting.
But guess what?
There-
You have no choice at the minute.
But the
You-
centre
these
back-
young
Exactly.
guys-
That's why he doesn't think that they're going to perform.
So
you
why-
can't put
you
a 19-year-old and expect him to perform when you're having
You don't
full
have to expect him to
internationals.
Yeah,
perform.
see-
Your players aren't performing
You can't, and
regardless.
when you're holding back full
Tom,
internationals for 6 months
that's the
before you
problem.
start them, so they can get used to the system.
That's the problem.
I
You're
agree with you
expecting
guys.
him to perform and not letting him
exactly.
play.
Yeah.
Your players aren't performing.
That's why you've
so why does
changed
the
18
19-year-old
times.
Because you can
have to
expect a
perform?
full international who Hendo and Fabinho to do a better job at centre back than a dude that's 19 was
But
playing
you don't even
non-league
give
the
these
year
guys
before.
your 19-year-old chance.
Hinder in your team.
I'm with
It's
Tom.
one
with
game,
Tom.
2 games,
we
and
did
he's
give
out.
him game.
I think if you
Well,
want to
give
win,
him experience.
fair enough.
You guys had 18.
If you guys want to win, fair enough.
CV changes.
Fair enough. But if it's just to make them better, then they should be playing. But obviously, you've won the league. You want to win games. You want to win the league again. So it makes sense
But
to
then
me as to why they're doing
Why
that.
are they saying we had to put our centre backs, take our midfielders out of midfield and put them at centre back?
Because
You
our
didn't
centre backs
have
we
to
have
do
are
that.
not
You
It's
didn't.
very
You didn't.
simple. It's very
You didn't.
simple.
No other team
Of course,
would get away
Jerome,
with
have to
you have
do it.
one centre back
Jerome, let's let
Didn't
Jerome
have to
land.
do
Let's
it.
go.
It's very. You're saying that like it's a bad thing. Fabinho had been one of the best centre backs in the
Thank
league.
you.
So why wouldn't you put him there?
Well,
I
don't
hear that.
complain that you had to take your spine out of midfield and
That's
put him
what
at
I'm saying.
centre back. You
They
can't
did.
have both things. You can't say Fabinho's mad at centre back, but we lost our centre mid. You can
Yeah,
still
you-
play him centre mid.
You can't have the
You're
cake and eat it
choosing
too.
to play him centre back.
Yeah,
But then you complained if we complained that the 19-year-old did a shit job. Reece
No,
Williams.
we're not.
Complaining
You
if he's
would
meant
if
to be shit.
If he was shit,
Liverpool's
then
the
we
only
complain.
people that are
You'd be like,
complaining
don't
about
play him
that.
at centre back then if he's 19.
I'd say don't play the centre back at centre back. No, I fucking would.
Don't play these young players that have no experience.
Why would you play this?
When
guy's got
have
no
I said
experience.
that? When have I said that?
You guys
They're
didn't
just
even
making
allow
up-
us to.
They're just
They
making
didn't
up
give
a
us
point.
time to
You
even say
would
that.
say it. That's what I'm saying.
How have you
You
made
could-
up a point
You
that
could
I've
go
said
the
and say
opposite
I
way.
would say that?
If we left them in midfield, you could go the opposite way and say, "Oh, why are you saying that?" That they're shit
back-
at centre back.
Go. Back to MJ's question. The fans play a massive part. Okay, I know it might be a bit overplayed.
It is
That
a
Anfield,
huge-
whatever,
it's a
blah, blah, blah.
huge
But
part.
it's facts. They play a big part, especially at Anfield, because it was a fortress. Now, what was it, 5 or 6 games?
That man now walking
Liverpool is
around.
a team.
5 in a row.
When they
Five
play
home
in a
games.
row at away?
Huh?
There's no fans for the other teams. You're not losing 5 in
It's
a row
neutral,
away.
bro.
What's it make a difference?
It's neutral.
Yeah, but
What?
the
You didn't
fans
go
for
away and lose
Burnley
five
in a row.
are different
Fans.
to the fans
You
for
didn't have
Liverpool.
fans.
We came back from what happened? We came back from the lockdown.
Yeah.
We were shit. We weren't good.
What I'm saying, the fact that you
There was
don't
no
have fans at
We haven't
Anfield,
been
there's
good
no
the
fans
whole time.
away
There's been
either.
no fans.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
All the games are neutral at the minute, bro.
I'll tell you the difference.
Yeah, no,
I'll tell you
I
the
know.
difference. This might be a bit of a reach, but fuck it, YouTube. If you get a good momentum at home,
Of course.
then maybe you might see a different performance away. Maybe.
Of
If
course
there's
that's
fans,
true.
if there's fans everywhere, you still have away fans. So it's like maybe that plays a
And you
part.
don't think Liverpool's one of them teams when we press the crowd goes wild. That G's up the
Okay,
players.
mad.
Our players like Hendo, all those players, we win the ball back,
They
the crowd
thrive.
goes
They-
wild.
Okay,
That's
yes,
what they live for.
yes, that I'm sure that
So it's a
happens.
big-
but you're
it's a
going
big
away
deal.
to teams and you're not putting the same performances that you put in at home because obviously you've lost 5 in a row.
Well, obviously
At
we
home.
weren't as good away as we are at home, though. Always.
You're losing at home and still picking up points away is my point. So what's the
I think it all depends on what they do in the transfer market, how much they rebrand.
Do you think the year Chelsea finished 10th, anyone had this conversation? The year they were 10th after they won the title, they'll be like, yo, it's Chelsea's dominance.
I don't think Chelsea was saying they're the best team. That's
No.
all.
Yeah, we
We're
weren't
saying we're
going
the best
around.
team.
Samuel, I've heard you say we're the best
heard-
EPL
I said we're
team.
the best
Fan.
team in the league, yes.
No, you said we're the
I've
best
I said
ever
we're the best team
EPL
in the
team.
world, yes. I didn't say
Man.
we're the best EPL team ever.
Crowd, which camera am I
That's
looking at?
cap.
Which camera am I looking at?
Camera
Crowd?
6, camera 6.
Crowd?
This is a lie.
Pengus Techers.
It's a lie.
Samuel has said.
How can we trust you? Last week they said Pengus Tekers is no more. I'm here. I'm back. How can we trust you? How can anyone trust you?
Production.
With that
He
car.
has said that.
They were gassing.
He has said that
They were gassing
Liverpool's team, this team
Arsenal-
here, is
yeah.
the greatest
I
EPL
have
team
never
ever.
ever said
You
that in my mum's
Invincibles,
life.
we
I
have better
never said
players
that.
than the Invincibles.
That's what
better
I said.
players
No,
than
you
Man
saying
United.
that.
Treble.
On my
They're
mum's
just-
life, I have never said that.
Right, it's cap.
Alright. I got a couple more questions and we out. So, who's leaving at the end of the season? What players are saying,
If
no,
one,
I'm
of,
done
the,
with
if one of the
Liverpool?
front three leaves, I'm not surprised.
1 or 2? Do you reckon just one?
I think just one.
MJ,
think it's
sorry
fine.
to
We can't
step on
afford
your
to
toes
lose
here,
two.
bro. But I honestly think you should ask everyone in the room who they think needs to leave. I think that would be a better.
I'll kick this off then. I think Mane needs to go because Salah's killing his game. He's not happy, and he.
But why would Mane need to go then? If Salah's killing his
Because they're
game.
not getting rid of
Well,
Salah.
they're not going to get rid of Salah. Liverpool fans think he's the
If
one
we
of the
can
best players
collect
in
money
the team.
for him, I am not stressing this.
Salah does not leave the team before Mane.
No way.
Really?
You don't think?
No
I
way.
think if Klopp is like one of you guys are
But there's more
leaving.
people after Salah.
Yes,
The only
but
way
you're
Salah
trying
leaves-
to keep players.
Yeah.
And if you have to
If-
keep one, I think you're keeping Salah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Salah leaves
Maybe
if he says
the
I want to
coaches,
leave.
I'm not.
If he says I want to go.
Yeah, I'm
And I
just
think,
saying. I'm
and
just
I think
saying.
Salah
if
would
Klopp-
do that.
If
I
Klopp
think
had
he'll
a
be the
choice.
one that would be like, I want to leave. And Salah would be like,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
going.
Salah's saying I want
Yeah.
to leave before Mane saying he wants
I think
to
so
leave.
as well.
That's the only way Salah's leaving. He said I'm going.
And I'm telling my friend
But-
Firmino, just you know what?
You're trash.
You've done enough in your career to
Yeah.
be a legend for Liverpool.
Average 7
Just
goals a season.
legend.
Just now,
Not even
of course he's a
7.
Liverpool legend. Of course he is.
7 is reaching.
Brought them their league. He was part of their league title, Champions League.
He said.
He was part of
This guy
it.
said
He was part of it. He's a
brought them
Part of the
Liverpool
Champions
Victor
League
legend.
and the
Moses
Premier
helped
League.
bring us
So
to league
Origi's a
I
title.
don't think he's a
Origi's
Liverpool legend. No.
He's a cult
He's a
hero.
cult hero.
He's a cult
Hero.
hero. He's not a legend.
Wait, Jeremy, this legend tag is in.
You don't
I
think
don't
he's
know.
a Liverpool legend? I didn't say he's a Premier League legend. He's a Liverpool legend.
Again, it's being
Oh.
chucked around.
Minion.
Apparently you
Yes.
can average 6 goals a year and be a legend. A legend.
What, as a 9?
Generous.
After one trophy, you can be a
Robert
legend.
Pires.
Freddie Lundberg.
Freddie
He's a
Lundberg.
4-4-2.
Who else do you guys think?
I would say who needs to leave?
Yeah.
Firmino.
I'll tell you who needs to leave. James Milner.
He does need to leave.
Leave.
I'm
That's
sick of
inevitable.
him coming on. I'm sick of him.
He's got more.
Ginny Wijnaldum.
He doesn't need
Oh, you
to
pop
leave.
it now.
He's fine.
Oh, you pop it
You
now.
can leave. Get rid, right, of those dead centre back replacements you have, and buy some proper centre backs.
No, they
I
need
can
to
say
take
that.
that.
leave.
I agree.
Right.
Lovren, you should never go to him.
I'm not even finished. get rid of.
But
I
tell
don't
me
even-
who they should sign then.
Get rid of is Shaq and Origi.
Yeah,
I would
100%.
completely
Yeah.
agree.
Get out of
So
here.
they have to. You're saying basically Liverpool have to sign maybe 8 to 10 players.
No, I'm saying get rid of the dead wood. Bring in players that are gonna actually compete for first team places rather than
Yeah,
just sit on the bench
100%.
and be like, oh, look at me, I lifted the Champions League trophy with my friends. Like, get them out.
You've
Ox.
named a lot of players. That's what I'm saying.
That's
So
a
there
lot
are
of players.
So they need a, yeah.
They need a whole new bench.
do
They
you
need a
do you
revamp.
need to sell and buy back the exact same amount?
Well, if the issue is squad depth,
Yeah.
'Cause that's the
Is
big
it
difference.
depth or is it squad quality?
Both.
I think
Both.
both.
I think it's both.
It's
I'd say.
definitely both.
So I guess.
So yeah, I'm okay. We both have points then, I guess. But I never
we're
really,
both right.
yeah, I never really say that. So that I must like you guys. But I think before they worry about selling a big star, they need to get rid of the dead wood first, so that it's a clean slate, and they can be like, let's bring in players that are going to service us. 23, 24, 25-year-olds that are going to service us for the next couple years. But one of those front three, whether it's this season or next, like they're going to go. They have to.
alright, I'm gonna go from Sammy to Jerome. Where's Liverpool finishing? Let's shoot.
This season, let me just stay optimistic and say fourth.
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 6th.
5th.
7th. Nah.
How many games left?
I think
12. 10,
11 or
11.
10.
Yeah.
Let me just get some context.
11.
There's 11 games left.
Yeah.
I think 11.
27
And,
played.
and how many points are they on?
Do you want me to tell you?
49.
Tell me that. I want to know
49.
exactly.
No, they're not. They're on 44, 43 or something like that.
Villa have 2 games in hand.
Yeah.
Alright, we're
Arsenal
on.
have a
West
game
Ham's
in
dropped the
hand.
points.
We're,
Villa
we're
just dropped
currently,
points.
we're currently at 7th. 43 points, 27 games played. Ahead of us, West Ham, 45 points,
They're
26 games.
They've got a
I
game
don't
in
know
hand.
if they're dropping.
Liverpool.
Leicester have
Yeah,
dropped points in the last 3
Liverpool
games
are
as
going to
well.
finish.
They won today, though.
How's your
Big
fixtures
win.
looking? How's your fixtures
No,
looking?
they-
Arsenal looking
2-1.
positive.
How's your fixtures looking?
It's a bit peak.
Leicester up to second.
Are
I'm not
they?
answering the
that win
question.
today.
but
Sam,
fixtures looking
Sorry, I've made this so long, but I need to know.
How our fixtures.
Fixtures.
I don't.
Just
think-
tell them which of the big teams you
Yeah,
have left
big
to
games
play.
left. Because we beat you just
United,
recently.
They got United,
Off
City.
my head. You know watch the
I
game?
can tell you.
Tom?
We have Arsenal. I know we have Arsenal because they're a big team. I don't know.
It's mega minis, man.
Mega minis.
Some 42-minute games.
I don't think.
Alright, I can't be provided with the information I need to make.
Arsenal, We played United, didn't we?
I don't know,
Yeah, we
man.
played
Why,
United.
why are you asking us, man?
Anyway,
You're
look,
meant to be the
okay.
Liverpool guy, bro. You
Make
got
it
a house
colour,
right
I'm
now.
just going to say Liverpool
We played Spurs.
are going to finish 5th.
My brother.
There you go.
Is Liverpool dominance over? Let us know in
Hell
the comments. Let's let him shoot.
And I'm back!
Like, share, subscribe.
Let's go.
Bye.
Let's go.
We move.
Double up.